The language of business is put in what are called financial statements. Everybody means about the same thing when we say financial statements. They mean that there are three of them. There's the income statement, the balance sheet, and the cash flow statement. Now, the income statement is tracking the sales of the company and ultimately its net earnings. The balance sheet is tracking what is the actual equity value of the business based on what do you own and what do you owe and what's left over after you pay off that debt. And the cash flow is tracking the flow of cash like as if looking at your checking account. And so it asks, how much cash are we making through operations? What cash are we taking in by investing or selling off chunks of investment and by financing the company? So each one of these presents a different picture. It's very hard to say for sure which is the most important financial statement because there's a reason there's three of them. They're looking at each company from three different points of view. But if you had to boil it all down for a Rule 1 investor about which is the absolutely most important one, I think I'd probably have to go with the cash flow statement. We focus on cash flow, and the cash flow statement comes out with the top line being the net earnings of the company. So we get that off of the income statement. That's pretty cool. So we already got a real important thing. And then we figure out how much actual cash we're spending out of or into those net earnings. And at the end of the day, it's what the cash is doing in the company that's the most critical thing of all. Ultimately, what we're looking for as a Rule 1 investor is how much free cash flow am I getting, or how much owner's cash flow, if I bought this whole business, would I be putting right in my pocket every year? And from that point, we can figure out a couple of really different, great views of what the value of this business is. So for me, you've got to learn them all: income statement, balance sheet, cash flow. But if we had to stick with just one, learn the cash flow. This is Phil Town for Rule 1 Investing. Now go play.